This is Palantir on the 5-minute time frame. Here are your price targets for Monday. We ended the week at $28.58, down 0.21%. To the north side from where we are takes us to the middle of the trend and the baseline at $28.99. That is also VWAP. Above that, at 2 standard deviations, takes us to roughly $29.70, and another level of resistance and a potential take profit area. Above that, $30.08 and $30.41. Ignore the red line there. That is an old price target. Now to the south side, $28.27, $27.92, and another level of support and a potential buy-in area, $27.57. Looking left, you can see the bounce here at support, 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 sell-off at resistance, here, 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 and this area, as well as this area. That's a potential take profit area if you'd like to get in and get out. Now you can see there is a gap to the downside at $25.89, still in play. That will take us down to this level, but we are in an upward channel, as you can see on the 5-minute time frame. So flip it to the other different time frames because it will give you different buy and sell signals. And I just finished watching Formula One. What an awesome race. And Palantir is a partner with Ferrari. So I like to check this out because I watch the sport. It's a lot of fun. Congratulations to Oscar for winning. I cannot believe he did it. And his teammate had to pull back because of the team orders. And I'm so shocked that Lando Norris actually followed commands, because if I were him, I don't know if I would either. But he did, so that was very nice of him. And wow, that wreck between Hamilton and Verstappen, well, not really a wreck because Verstappen went off course and then he went right back on the track, and both of their cars were fine. But that bumped him out of the top 3, and I'm so happy for Hamilton because clearly I thought it was Verstappen's fault. His car smoked up, as you can see. I mean, it was just, he's dirty. He plays dirty. And he's a whiner. That's the terrible thing about him. He should just keep his mouth shut, do what the team tells him, and take his millions. Okay, I digress. So that is Palantir. And just very quickly on the daily, because I also own this and I've traded this, we are at resistance. And that takes us, let me move this out of the way. See where the wick is, takes us back to resistance, and that is roughly $29.62. Above that, $31.76 and $33.85. The 1-year price target has changed from previously. It is now 35, so that is still the same since I checked it, which is this line back in May. And previously it was $30. Now to the south side, this is where we are. That will take us back to the middle of the trend, and that would be roughly $25.35, taking out this gap. And now I will go to AMX, which is also a sponsor of Formula One. Since I'm on the daily, let me just tell you what this is for the targets. To the upside, we're looking at, this is the wrong one, AMX. That is not right. AXP, that's right, AXP. I was gonna say that in the $20 range does not make sense because that's not correct. So let me move this out of the way. So we are here. So on the daily to the north side, that will bring us to roughly 270.54. And to the south side, that will take us to roughly 208.89. And watch out for this gap to the south side. taking us down to 188.72, but we are in an upward channel on the daily, moving farther away from this. So I anticipate playing within -2 and 2 SDs. Oops, that is not what I want. I want to go back to the 5. And look, I have to move this out of the way. There we go. Ah! There we go. Oh my goodness, it is not going to grab. You know what I need to do? Hold on a second. When you flip to the different time frames, the chart gets wonky. So I don't like to go between the charts when I record because I have to reset everything, but I will try my best to not flip it over, but I can't help myself. All right, on the 5 minute, we're at 242.38. This needs to get moved over here. Okay, 242.38, back to the middle of the trend, 243.04. The gap closes to the upside at 249.05, 249.89, 253.34, and 256.66. And VWAP is back down to 240.95 in blue. -2 SD, 236.27. 232.81 and 229.39. Looking left, this gap closed to the downside on Thursday, taking us down to 238.80-ish. And then we went even lower than that on Friday for the day's low. And look at this. So support here, resistance, and then we fall back down all the way to support, and then now we're grinding back at resistance. And since we're at resistance, I anticipate it to fall back down for potential ride back up to fill this. But we're going down, so I don't know. This could act as resistance too. So that's American Express. It's been a while since I've looked at this. I'll just show you very quickly on the daily. Oh, I did do the daily, sorry. Yeah, roughly 271, 2-ish. Okay, so now let's go to, I want to go to the Vanguard ticker. So ISRG, Intuitive Surgical, is at the top of the leader. I'm only tracking 234 tickers within Vanguard's total stock market. They are up 9.34%. Congratulations if you made some money off of this ticker. So yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at this one. So the last time I looked at it for myself was at 378.90. We've got this gap in play, which I'll talk about on the 5 minute. This gap, why do I have this? Let me move, well, change the color there. 332.79. Let me clean up this chart. Like I said, I haven't looked at this in a long time. So that took us down to 269.62. No longer a threat to our account to the south side. Opened up on April 19th. Wow, finally closed on October 12th, which I never, 23, which I never cleaned up. Chart. All right. So that's the daily. Well, one other thing I want to show you. So to the upside, roughly 472.44. The 1 year price target is 468, right below resistance. Well, the red line, I should say, because that is resistance at 468. All right, and then to the south side, 359.27. But hey, if you're going to get this low, there's a chance this could close out to at 332. Now back to the 5 minute. Gotta clean this up. Should move it closer. Okay, now this is wonky, so I gotta move it over to here. 455.01. No, that's gonna take me too long. All right, so on the 5-minute, resistance takes us to 462.37. You know what happens at resistance. Roughly 473.85. 484.75. VWAP is 449.88, middle of the trend, and basically where this gap starts at 438.04-ish, closing out at -2 SD at 417.36. 404.84, and then right here for a better buying opportunity, 393.45. Okay, that's ISRG, and at the bottom of the leaderboard here, CrowdStrike. What a fiasco for this company. And first, let me read you the news, or look at it. Oh, this is flight cancellations caused by tech outage continue through weekend. So Delta Airlines, the hardest hit, accounted for the bulk of Sunday's problems as its software struggled to keep up with the changes. They did some sort of a computer upgrade. But the one that I wanted to show you, because this is a new update from the last time I looked at it, the company said on Sunday that a significant number of the 8.5 million Microsoft devices that were impacted as a result of a global tech outage related to a software update were back online and operational. But what a nightmare for millions of travelers. I mean, people hate traveling as it is. It's a bad experience for many people. And then this happens to you and you're stuck. I know someone that was stuck at the airport for 4 hours. I mean, I'm sure people were stuck there longer, but I don't know any of them besides this person. Okay, so we ended the day at 304.96, down a whopping 11%. So the blue line, VWAP, takes us to 306.49. That's resistance. And another level of resistance, 317.46, 324.75, 331.86. And then this gap closes to the upside at 342.38. Middle of the trend, 303.02, 288.93, 281.83, 274.60. And note the bounce here at support, running up to resistance and then falling down. When we're down here and we ride up, this is resistance. Tried to bust through, couldn't, and now we're back down at support from over here. So we're going to grind along this line. We're either going to grind and follow this line until the numbers change on us, or you can mark this out. Right here's the price. So price could, if it goes up a little bit, it could potentially ride it up here. So between here and this line to the upside. And resistance, sell off. Let's take a look at this on the daily. So we are down here. So we are at support, which is a better buy-in area if you're trying to get in. At 304, we're down 11%. That's kind of trolling. And to the upside, one level of resistance is 311.95. You're not going to keep this company down, I don't think. 334.91, another target. And then the middle of the trend would take us to 381.78. The 1-year price target is 398.75. I marked it out right here. So that's just above the middle of the trend. But the potential could go even higher, and that would take us to roughly 428.49. Don't hold your breath right there. Something to consider. for an upside potential. And this gap, again, I have not tracked this stock in a very long time. And clearly Trader Murat and I have been tracking this, but I've kind of just glanced at it here and there. But right here is where we touched, right here. So this is no longer a threat to our account, to the downside, and that took us down to 306.37. And that gap opened up on June 4th. So delete, or roughly there. And I think that's it. Now let me go back to the 5-minute, fix my chart. Oh no, it didn't move on me. Nice. Or did it? Yeah, it did. I'll fix that later. No, it did stay on. See what I mean? It's just so weird. It's so random. All right, that is a look at Palantir, American Express, ISRG. Did I say that right? Yeah, ISRG, and CrowdStrike. Have a great trading week.